Before we dive into today's reading, I just want to take a moment to wish you all a very happy new year. I hope the start of this year has been overflowing with love, joy, and positivity for you. Now let's get into this beautiful love message from your person. I'll be pulling cards from this energy oracle deck to tap into their energy, exploring how they're feeling about you, how they're seeing this connection, and what messages they've been holding in their heart for you. So, let's take a moment to get clear, focused, and ready as we pull a message straight from their heart space to yours. Let's see what comes through. Okay, let's see what message this has for us. The card we've drawn is the Heart Chakra. Divine Feminine, this energy is all about love, emotions, and following what your heart is guiding you to do. Right now, there's a masculine in your energy who's feeling some really strong emotions about you. The energy coming through with this card is heavy, like they're carrying something they need to release. There's this distance between you two. It could be physical or emotional, but what's really standing out is how they're seeing you. They feel like something has shifted between you, and it's undeniable to them now. They're realizing that the connection isn't the same anymore, and it's making them pause, reflect, and feel things on a much deeper level. What's coming through so clearly is that this masculine has had a major change of heart. They're starting to see things differently, and they want to share what they're feeling because they know it's important. You're important. But this might be someone who hasn't always been open with their emotions. Maybe you've noticed moments where it felt like they were holding back, like there was something they wanted to say or do but couldn't quite follow through. In the past, they might have been comfortable staying quiet, leaving you to guess or fill in the blanks. But here's what's shifted, not just in them, but in you too, Divine Feminine. Whether you realize it or not, they're starting to connect the dots and see you as the reason behind this change. It could be something you've been doing lately, or maybe it's just a sudden realization about who you are and what you mean to them. The energy coming through right now feels so strong, like it's almost impossible to ignore. They've been in this place before, but this time it's different. It's like they're being pushed, really pushed, to handle these emotions in a way that's not comfortable for them at all. As much as they'd love to just go back to their old ways, relying on logic and keeping everything in their head, they can't. Not this time. They're being guided to follow their heart, and that's not something they're used to doing. Honestly, this nudge they're feeling, it's coming from deep inside, from their heart space, and it's louder than ever right now. You know, normally they might have just ignored this kind of inner pull, especially when it's about you, Divine Feminine. But right now, they know they can't do that anymore. They have to move in a completely new way. And here's the thing, it's so much deeper than you might even realize. This is the energy of someone who's standing at a major crossroads in their life, trying to figure out their next step. And guess what? You're at the center of their thoughts. Let me tell you, it's constant. Your energy is so strong, and it's pulling them in, making them reflect on everything. They might not show it, but trust me, they feel it. Okay, so this masculine energy is coming through really strongly, and it's so interesting. There's someone who pays attention to all the little details. Even if they don't say much, trust me, they're thinking everything over in their mind, over and over, until they feel like it all makes sense. And once they've figured it out, that's when they decide to make their move. Now here's the thing. They know you see right through them. You're someone who can read them like a book, and honestly, that keeps them on their toes when it comes to this connection. It's like they're always aware of how deeply you understand them. But right now, while they really want to be close to you, there's this pull for them to spend some time alone. There's definitely an inner conflict happening here, like a battle between their heart and their mind, or maybe even their ego and their soul. They're changing how they approach this connection with you, Divine Feminine. And they're starting to follow where their heart is guiding them, and that's what's influencing their decisions right now. Let's pull the next one. Oh wow, the card we have here is the World. Divine Feminine, this is such a powerful message. I feel this is specifically for a Divine Feminine who had to pull back. Even though you still care deeply for this person, your intuition told you it was time to step back and create some space. You've been practicing a healthy kind of detachment, but that doesn't mean the feelings have disappeared. You might still find yourself wondering, how do they really feel? What are they going to do next? There's something so intense about the energy between you two. It's like this connection has its own heartbeat. The chemistry here is undeniable, and I feel like both of you can pick up on what the other is feeling, sometimes even what the other is thinking. When you're around each other, it's magnetic. You don't just notice it, you feel it. But here's the thing, your person seems to have a hard time showing what they feel. It's like they're holding back, and I sense that it leaves you wondering, why? Why don't they just let me in? Why do they hesitate to take action? This card often speaks to cycles ending and new ones beginning. It's like both of you are being guided to reflect on where you've been and prepare for where this connection is headed. There's so much clarity waiting to unfold. If your person could sit down and be completely honest with you, they would tell you how challenging things have been for them lately. They may not have told you this outright, but deep down, they feel like a lot of what they've been going through is somehow tied to you and this connection. Because of everything they've been dealing with, it's had this ripple effect that's impacted the way they show up in your relationship. Your person was really pushed to take a deeper look, not just at their connection with you, but at all the relationships in their life. Things that had been buried for so long finally came to the surface, and they couldn't just brush them aside anymore. Here's the thing though, you know them better than they think. Even if they haven't shared all the details, you felt the energy. You can sense it, can't you? Your connection is shifting, heading in a completely new direction. And you're right about that. Some of you may already feel this coming, but what I'm picking up is that your person is in this space where they're ready to close out a chapter of their life, something they've been holding on to, even though it no longer serves them. And honestly, letting go of it has been really emotional for them. The most important thing they want you to know right now is this: that chapter is closing. They've made the decision to let it go. I'm also feeling an external energy here. This could be a person, a situation, or even a place. Whatever it is, your person tried so hard to keep it separate from your connection because they thought you might not understand or even believe them if they were completely upfront about it. But you know, the fact that this was bothering you really started to make them feel uneasy. They couldn't ignore it anymore. They had to face it. There's this energy of restriction coming through with your feminine energy, Divine Feminine. You can feel that you've pulled your energy back in some way, and let me tell you, it's really triggering for them. This is a masculine who loves being close to you. They thrive on the attention you give them. There's just something about your energy, about the way you make them feel, that when you pull back, it really shakes them up. They don't like it at all. It shifts them in a big way. And here's the thing. The way you engage with them has changed. This is someone you've put in a category all their own, and they know it. They feel it. The way you treat them, the way you make them feel special, it's unforgettable. So when you pull back, or when they sense that you're not as connected with them, it literally throws them off balance. Their mind starts racing, spinning with thoughts about you, intense thoughts. They're wondering how you're spending your time, who you're spending it with, and where your energy is going. The energy coming through is a masculine who's very protective of you, divine feminine. When deep down I feel like you already know this. They may have shown you this side of themselves before, but if you're wondering what's been bothering them or why they've been acting differently, there's definitely some external energy at play here. Okay, but let's go a little deeper here. It feels like this energy is tied to an old version of your person or a chapter in their life that they've completely closed out. They want you to know that whatever this was, whatever may have been standing in the way of your connection, it's over. It's done. I feel like you might have taken a step back recently just to see how they would handle this on their own. You wanted to know if they'd follow their heart, trust their intuition, and do what felt right without you having to step in. And guess what? They did. Their energy is coming through so clearly, and it's showing me that they've gained so much clarity. Now I do sense that the reason they were connected to this outside energy runs a little deeper, maybe even more complicated than they let on. They kept this from you, not because they didn't trust you, but because they didn't want you to misunderstand or question their place in all of this. Still, even though they tried to keep it under wraps, I feel like you already knew. Your person is eager to let you know that whatever this lingering energy was, it's finally been dealt with. That chapter of their life is closed. It's something they've carried for a long time, but they've made sure it won't spill over into what they're trying to build with you now. Let's move on to the next card. Okay, the one we've drawn is Deceit, Divine Feminine. The energy here is so clear. There's a version of your person, a version they thought was their truth, that's being completely shattered. This card is revealing how they've been living in a space of illusion, not fully seeing themselves or the world around them for what it really is. But here's the thing, you were the one who helped them see through this. Your presence, your energy, and even your words have been the start for them to start waking up. I'm picking up that something specific you said to them has been playing on their mind over and over, especially this past year. I feel such strong vocal energy from you, Divine Feminine. You are bold, assertive, and deeply connected to your intuition. You don't hold back when it comes to speaking your truth, and I feel like you may have told them directly that something in their life wasn't what it seemed. This connection has stirred something deep within them, and they're starting to realize that who they thought they were was never really the whole truth. Your energy has opened their eyes to a much bigger picture, and they're beginning to see everything more clearly now. Right now, your masculine is feeling a mix of emotions. On one hand, they're completely at a loss for words. Everything you said was spot on, and they know it. But on the other hand, it's like they can't wait to talk to you, to actually open up and admit that you were right all along. They've been holding on to this, and now they just want to share it with you. I can feel this huge wave of relief coming through from them. These were things they were trying so hard to keep from you, not in a malicious way, but because they were afraid it might mess up what they were trying to build with you. They thought they could handle it on their own. But somewhere along the way, because they didn't address it directly, it ended up their biggest regret. There's also this sense of frustration they're feeling, mostly with themselves. They're realizing they had to learn this the hard way, and now they're looking back, wishing they had handled it differently. This feels like one of those tough lessons life throws at us, and for them. But here's the thing, it had to happen this way. It's like they wouldn't have understood it so deeply, or come to this conclusion with so much certainty if things had gone any other way. And this is why they can't stop thinking about you. They're sitting there trying to figure out how you knew all of this. How could you possibly have seen so clearly what they couldn't? And Divine Feminine, I feel like you're wondering the same thing. How did you know? Maybe you don't even fully understand it, but it's because your energy is so deeply connected to theirs. You both share this energetic link, almost like you're tapped into the same current. You know, I'm really picking up that your choice to pull back your energy wasn't random. It was purely guided by your intuition. And let me tell you, you were absolutely right to do so. Your person has been carrying some unfinished business, or maybe some loose ends that needed tying up. Honestly, this was something way past its expiration date, but it was still lingering in their energy, and that's likely why it spilled over into your connection. And here's the thing, it's been so frustrating for them. Being away from you, it's been unbearable. They probably wish you knew just how hard those moments have been. But here's the good news. They're ready to follow their heart and make those hard decisions. There's something about your energy, something so unique and irreplaceable, that makes them feel deeply balanced and at peace. You bring a kind of happiness to their life that they've never felt before. It's like you're their missing puzzle piece. So, if you've been feeling like there's more going on behind the scenes, you're absolutely right. They've been dealing with a lot of illusions, things that clouded their judgment and made it hard to see what was real and what wasn't. Let me tell you that all of that is clearing up now. They have so much clarity, especially when it comes to you and this connection. They see you for exactly who you are and what you mean to them. Let's pull the next message and see what comes through. Okay, the card that came out is 5th chakra. Wow. Right away, I'm feeling this strong connection to the throat chakra. There's such a vocal energy coming through here from the masculine, like they're stepping into a space where they really want to speak their truth. I can feel they've been shedding a lot of old energy, clearing out things that no longer serve them. And now they're feeling this need to say what's been left unsaid. It's like they're wanting to bring clarity where there's been confusion. If this message is resonating with you so far, your person wants you to know that there's been a misunderstanding. They're saying, you don't see the full picture of who I am. But here's the thing, they know they're partly responsible for this. There were times when they didn't share the whole truth, times when they held back because they were afraid of how you might react. Now they're starting to realize how much that choice impacted the connection. They're seeing that by not being open and honest, they didn't give you the chance to respond from a place of understanding, and they're beginning to understand that was a mistake. You know what? Deep down, they really want you to know something. They want you to know that you were right. How you felt, what your intuition told you, it was spot on. But here's the thing. They might have done things that led you to assume the wrong stuff about them. They're starting to see that by holding back or not sharing things they should have told you. They left you no choice but to step back too, almost like you were reflecting their energy without even trying. This connection between the two of you, it's so intense. And that's because your bond runs so deep that everything feels heightened, like every little thing carries so much weight. And right now, they're kind of kicking themselves, honestly. They know you might be looking at them in a way they don't want you to, Divine Feminine. And let me tell you, this isn't someone who usually gets caught up in their emotions. They're not the type to let feelings take over. But with you, it's a whole different story. More than anything, they wish you could see the part of them they've been holding back. The version of themselves they're kind of scared to show. They're realizing now that by letting all this outside energy hang around in their space, it built this invisible wall between you two. And now they're finally seeing how much that's affected your connection, and they're not okay with it. So, if you're still feeling some distance from your person, whether that's physical, emotional, or maybe you're in low contact, let's talk about what's going on in their mind right now. You might not even realize just how much this connection has changed them, but trust me, it's huge. If they had to sum it up, you've helped them see the truth. You've helped them strip away so many illusions, both within themselves and in their personal lives. And now, they can't unsee it. Here's the thing, you may not even know you've done this, but the moment your energy aligned with theirs, it set their life on a whole new path, a path of truth. Now, I'm picking up a bit of frustration coming from the masculine energy here. It's not aimed at you, it's at themselves. There's this underlying anger because they're looking back at moments when they mishandled your energy, and it's hitting them hard. But where they are right now, they really want you to know something. They want you to understand their side of the journey, to see what it's been like for them navigating all of this without judgment. Moving on, oh wow, the card we have here is the door to personal healing and happiness. Divine Feminine, this couldn't be more aligned. You've faced ups and downs, but you've stayed focused on becoming the best version of yourself and drawing in what's truly meant for you. Part of that meant stepping back and protecting your energy, and now your magnetism is shining brighter than ever. This shift hasn't gone unnoticed. This masculine energy feels it deeply, but it's not just them. You might have noticed people from your past resurfacing or new connections being drawn to your light. It's like you've become this beacon, guiding the right people and situations toward you. But this isn't random. This was always part of the plan. The universe designed this moment to help you rediscover your power and feel, on a soul level, who is truly meant to walk this path with you. As for this masculine energy, their journey has been just as profound, but it looks so different from yours. They're coming through now to let you know that while you might think you understand what they've been through, there's so much happening behind the scenes that you haven't seen. They've had to confront some big lessons, learning what it feels like to follow their ego instead of their heart. Right now, no matter where you are in this journey, you've got their full attention. It feels like the universe has been putting them on a bit of a detour, giving them time to work through their stuff, to heal, and to finally let go of the version of themselves that doesn't fit anymore. They're stepping into who they're meant to be, and honestly, it's beautiful to see. As we step into 2025, this feels like someone who hasn't always been great at expressing their emotions. Maybe in the past, they held back a lot or didn't say what needed to be said. But this year feels so different, it's like they can't ignore the things they left unsaid or undone any longer. They're looking at the gaps in this connection. The moments where you probably picked up on things intuitively, but didn't hear it from them directly. And now they're realizing you need to hear it. You deserve to hear it. Because let's be real, as the divine feminine, you feel everything, right? You know what's up, but sometimes we just need that confirmation. We need the words. And it feels like they're finally ready to show up and give you that. They're reflecting on all the times they hesitated, all because they were stuck in this in-between space, wanting to move forward, but still holding on to this version of themselves that they knew was long overdue for a change. Here's the thing. The energy we live in shapes what we attract. And when they align with you, it's not just another connection. It's like stepping into a whole new reality. You bring something out in them that no one else does, and they're starting to see it, feel it, and finally own it. So, if you've been wondering whether your person has been dealing with things behind the scenes, maybe you felt like they weren't sharing everything with you, I don't feel this was done with any bad intention. Not at all. There's no malicious energy here. What I'm picking up is this masculine energy going through a major transformation, like shedding old layers and stepping into the version of themselves they were always meant to be. But here's the thing. Letting go of that old version of who they used to be hasn't been easy. It's been a real challenge for them. The past year was all about recalibration, integrating energies, and looking at love in relationships, yes, but especially the relationship we have with ourselves and how that impacts the connections we have with others. I feel like so much of what they've been holding back, whether they realized it or not, came up to the surface. It had to be addressed, and they were faced with making some really powerful choices. This is giving us a glimpse into what their mental and emotional journey has been like, what they've been feeling behind closed doors. You know those moments when you were standing face to face, looking into their eyes, and you could feel their soul trying to say something, trying to connect. But then, at the same time, their physical body or their ego felt like it was holding them back. That's the energy I'm feeling. It's like they're finally starting to open their heart and let you in. This is such a beautiful energy, and it's showing just how much they've been working through to grow and evolve, not just for you, but for themselves too. Let's pull the final card here. Oh wow, the last card we've drawn is Door to Personal Healing and Happiness. Divine Feminine, this energy is absolutely breathtaking. It's like your connection is stepping into this beautiful, open doorway full of possibilities. This card tells me your person is ready to take that step forward, to face you, and to embrace the healing and happiness this connection offers. You are their end game. They can't stop thinking if you only knew. They want so much for you to truly understand how deeply they feel for you, how they see you, and what you mean to them. And I feel like right now, you might not even realize just how much this masculine loves you. That's completely understandable, considering everything that's happened. But the energy coming through is so light, so freeing. It's like they associate you with this sense of peace and liberation. You are their safe place, their doorway to something they never thought they could have. That's why this connection is so powerful, because once someone experiences love like this, there's no going back. They've been wrestling with wanting to step through this doorway with you, but feeling held back by an old version of themselves. This past year has been a turning point for them, a time when they've had to face their choices and ask themselves, do I choose love, or do I let fear win? They've been replaying so many moments in their mind, conversations, glances, even the silence between you. Every little thing feels like it holds meaning to them now. They're hoping you can feel the shift, the growth, the way they've been working to become the version of themselves that matches the love they feel for you. It's almost as if they're saying, I've chosen love, I've chosen you, but do you still choose me? That vulnerability, that question, is where their heart is right now. They want nothing more than for this love to be something you both step into together, hand in hand. And the energy here is clear. They've chosen love. They've chosen to follow their heart. But they're still wondering what it all looks like from your side. They're worried about how you've seen this journey unfold, whether you can see the changes they've been through. Okay, let me tell you, this masculine has this super tough exterior. It's like nothing can get through to them. But when it comes to you, divine feminine, it's a whole different story. There's something about being near you, looking into your eyes, that just cracks their heart wide open. It makes them feel so vulnerable, almost like they don't know what to do with all those emotions. And here's the thing, they're ready for more of that. They want more of you, and they're really hoping you feel the same way. This isn't someone who wears their heart on their sleeve. Oh no, this is the kind of person who likes to keep things close to their chest. They handle stuff on their own. They've always been that way. They're logical, strategic, always thinking 10 steps ahead. But what you don't realize is the way you affect them. Seriously, I don't even think you know how much your energy shifts things for them. You have this way of lifting them up, like taking them to a whole new level. They see you as so grounded, so nurturing, but they know what it took for you to become that person. They see your strength, and honestly, they just want to show you that they're worthy of you. They want you to see that they can match your energy. And yes, they definitely have that strong, dominant vibe, like they can be that protector, that provider. But around you, oh, you bring out this gentleness in them that's just so natural. They don't even have to try. When they think about you, they're not just thinking about today or tomorrow. They're imagining a whole life with you. They dream about a future where you're happy, where you don't have to be anything other than you. To them, your energy is everything. It's like a gift they never knew they needed. And whether you realize it or not, this makes them love you even more. Your gifts and your ability to see things so clearly, they see this as such a gift. You don't just see the surface. You really understand what's happening, not only in the world around you, but also with them and the people they care about. You pick up on things that others might completely miss. And honestly, I keep feeling like they just wish you could see yourself the way they see you. Right now, your person is holding you in such a positive and beautiful light, divine feminine. It's like something has shifted within them, a change of heart that feels so natural, so real. They're feeling all kinds of emotions right now, and it's opening their heart in a way that they can't ignore. Even if there's some distance between you, they're ready to face you. They're hoping you're ready to face them too. Okay, this feels like a beautiful place to close the reading. Your person is in such a heartfelt, genuine moment right now. They've made the choice to follow their heart and let that energy guide them. You're going to feel this shift, both in your connection and in the way their energy reaches you. It's truly a beautiful and undeniable change. If this message resonated with you, don't forget to hit the like button before you go. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm wishing you a very, very happy new year. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.